I understand that you have to clear things, but you don't need to call me a liar.
No, it's a big lie. I have never admired any guy. In fact, I don't even look.
You said your godmother. You're the villain exactly. I'm not the villain. You're the villain. Everybody knows. You're the liar and you're the villain.
You know when you say that somebody has a lot on her chest, like a whole lot, a trailer load of things on her chest? That was OJ Poshewela in this episode of The Reunion. Emotions were high. Then we had some people in the sitting pretty department in this reunion. We had some people in the basketball department. It was just a lot. Then Aka was the host of The Reunion. I would say that he tried. He's actually one celebrity that I like. For The Reunion, he did okay. It took a while before he got into it. In the first 20 minutes, it was just almost like he was counting his words. It wasn't giving reunion vibes. It was giving like maybe one TV show, one very official type of TV show. But later on, the vibe came, the energy came, and everybody was just like bringing in their own energy. So let's just talk about how the reunion went. If you watched it, just drop your thoughts already. How was it for you? Who did you expect to act a certain way that did not act like that? Who did you not expect to act a certain way that acted like that? Let me just know what you think about it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please go to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified if I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So for the reunion, we had Arafa with her crown, and the significance of this is that she's the queen of shades. Then she wore her wedding dress. She said this was her way of transferring her queenly energy, the way she felt like a queen on her wedding day to this day. So in general, she was on some queenly vibes, and the dress looked okay. She said she made some adjustments. It looked really nice compared to what it was like on the wedding day. So I'm sure she did like a lot of adjustments and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's okay. Then the ladies in general were looking like really gorgeous, looking like they were just dazzling. Princess's outfit was very, very nice, looked so good, and Samantha's outfit also looked really good. Those were my two best outfits for the reunion, Princess and Samantha. I think it was Samantha first for me, then Princess. Those were my best looks. Let me know your best looks for the reunion. So it was Samantha, Princess, then Arafa for me. So Comfort joined virtually. They said she was in US for a business meeting or some dollar things. I say it's alright, make the money. So the first situation that was addressed was Samantha's Bond themed party. No biggie. It was just them talking about the fact that Princess stopped the party for her mom. The fact that her mom had not yet gotten food to eat, and they just asked for everybody's view, which they addressed in a calm way. So it was just like very subtle at this point. Then they now clarified the whole Princess and Arafa's knowing and unknowing situation. You guys remember that Princess said she knew Arafa, and then Arafa was giving the vibe of, I don't really know you, where do you know me from, kind of thing. So they spoke about the event where they met, and Princess mentioned that Arafa walked up to her to invite her for her event. So she was of the opinion that they already met before, and Arafa remembered it. That's why she was able to walk up to her to invite her for another of her events. In general, that particular knowing and unknowing thing was not even really that deep, to be honest. They both admitted that they were not friends. So case closed.
We were standing.
Thank you very much.
We were standing in the same table.
On the same table.
Do you know what this clarifies? That she remembers exactly when she met me, and she remembers exactly what was had.
Then it was at this point that Tutupai now joined in, and Aka straight up asked her what her experience was on the show, and she's like, it was fine at first, but later on everything went wrong. It all went wrong. And he asked her why. She's like, everybody was just being fake. Like it's like things are about to get hot in here.
And then obviously it got twisted at some point.
What do you think went wrong?
Everything went wrong.
Why do you think
as
so?
far as I'm concerned? People were not real. People were fake.
Then you guys remember when Tutupai said she needed a man, and we now had Princess and Arafa kind of pitching to Comfort to be her mentor. That mentor and mentee situation that caused serious problem between Comfort and Tutupai later on. So they showed, they just replayed the whole scenario where Princess and Arafa were talking to Comfort and telling her about how Tutupai is and the kind of people she likes, basically bad boys, and also the kind of life she's living, basically. So Comfort was of the opinion that she needed to work on herself before going on a search to find that good guy, because now she's on the path of looking for a good guy. But the way she phrased the statement was, how is she going to be looking for an angel? How is she going to find that angel when she's still in demon mode? And it was that demon mode that was taken out of context, basically. So she was trying to explain what she meant, that she did not mean it literally, which I already understood, to be honest.
You said she's a certain way. You want her to go out with good boys, but this is the mood she's in.
Which is obviously in demon mode.
Not demon in that sense. We've allowed our lexicon to turn on its head. And it was a moment like that. I mean, it didn't mean that she was a demon.
But apparently they read a comment from Twitter. They were reading some comments from Twitter. And that particular comment that they read from Twitter, the person was saying, how would she call her a demon? I don't know, the person was just making a big deal out of it. Then for Tutupai, she said that her issue was with the fact that there were several other occasions where Comfort described her like that, used those kind of words to describe her, and she felt like they were not really close. So obviously that she's going to take offense. If they are close, it's like a different dynamics if it's your friend that's telling you those things, but this time around they were not even really that close. That's why like it kind of she kind of took offense to it. For this part in general, they calmly addressed it. Actually, like it was just like, okay, everybody airing their opinions.
With Comfort, most of the issues that I had or kept coming back to me were the words used. I do not know her like that. So that demon time was like, wait, I said I like bad boys. I didn't say I was a demon.
Then the ageism situation that annoyed me the most on this show was addressed, and the two people that used it a lot in a condescending way were Arafa and Tutupai, with Arafa always calling them children, Tutupai telling Comfort, you're old this, you're old that. So it was finally addressed. Princess and Comfort also like talked about age, but for them it wasn't really aimed at shaming, so I wouldn't really call that age shaming. Princess also clarified why she used the age statement at Arafa's drag party. Then at Arafa's house, the word grandma was used by Princess. Then she was not saying that she said that in response to what Arafa said about like when she was buying cars for people. Princess was still in high school. That was she not ashamed of herself, like saying all of that, knowing that they are now on the same platform? That what was that? She was throwing shots. Like Princess was just like throwing shots at this point.
Back when I was giving cars, that she was in high school. Isn't that even embarrassing for you? You're on the same platform with me. You were one of the happening babes in Abuja back in the day, no doubt. Because, I asked about you. You're claiming that the people like us have come to take over.
The way Arafa cut the shots that Princess was throwing at her, I did not expect it. She was not even fazed at all. She just said, she made the comment with respect to the fact that Princess said she knew her. That of course Princess knew her. She did her research.
That comment I made was in respect to her saying she knew me. Of course she would know me. As she said, she did her research. So that was what that comment was about, not about the age.
Arafa really told herself, I am coming with the calm energy and I am going to be throwing my shades back at anybody in a queenly way. And she actually gave that energy, like that vibe throughout. She was just like on a very calm note. I say, okay, it's all right. So at this point, things were still quite calm. Everybody was still like on a calm note. And I was anticipating the switch or the basketball side of it. But I did not know, or I did not expect that it was going to come from OJ. Like I did not know that she was going to be the one to, come with the basketball's energy. At this point, they were talking about the whole age, young, old situation that happened at Arafa's drag party where they were calling her old and everything. And then Princess made a statement about them calling her old. Meanwhile, most of them there have done Botox. And while she was saying this, or after she said this, they now brought out a video of where she did Botox for her face, like where she was getting Botox done for her face. And I was just like, hey, wahala. So she said that it was for a brand, it was business. Botox is Botox, so whether it's for a brand, it's for this, it's still gonna have its effects. It's still gonna be something. Like, doesn't matter. The fact is that it has been done. So she also said that she was not saying that people that did Botox, like, it's a bad thing for them to do it. Now OJ was the one that replied her. She was talking about the fact that it did not make sense for Princess to be generalizing like that. And when she replied her, there was now this argument about whether she said most or all. It was like this sort of argument amongst them.
She put everyone. She said everyone everyone.
That's
You
a
do not
lie.
know.
In case
You
you
get
were
but
watching.
because
You were not
she
watching. I
talks
said
out
some
of
people.
yes. No, yes, you said, but she said
They just continued back and forth, arguments here and there. So OJ Posherela now went ahead and was talking about Princess projecting her insecurities on people. Princess now entered her that what does she mean by insecurities? That is a liar, that she just even lied now. OJ now said that it's a lie, that she's the one that is a liar. Princess is a liar. Princess and her twin, right? So she said Princess is the one that is a liar, yourself and your twin devils. She called them twin devils. And I was like, Tutupa is just sitting there, and that's how stray bullet has gone to hit her. Let me see how this is going to play out, because I just knew that something was coming, but it did not come immediately. So OJ Fashola finished talking, and she's like, next please.
your insecurities, you project it on people, and then you do that. You're the bigger liar. You and your twin devils. That's on you. Next, please.
Next to where? We go nowhere. So this was the drama that gingered Aka. Like, this is the part that just brought everybody out, to be honest. Even though like the drama went this way, there's a way it went at the end of the day, but this was the drama that brought him to life, and then he was like very active, and then everything fell into place. So Aka now asked her that the statements you made about Botox, who were you talking about? Let's know who you were talking about. And Princess was like that, she's not going to say anything, that they should own it with their full chest. They're going to say themselves. At some point, she said she did not know the people. And then later on, she now changed it to she knows them, but she's not going to mention their names. For me, I was just like, nah, this one no follow at all. Like, after seeing that video, it just changed everything for me, because the video just made it seem like, okay, this person is just projecting. It's almost like maybe her thought process is just that when people get older, it's just what they do. So most of them, they have done it. That's what it was looking like. That video just changed. It just changed everything, Sha.
Listen, they know themselves. People that are lying, they've not. Own it with your full chest. There's no need to say, I've never did this. I don't know who has, right?
So you don't know who has.
You don't know.
No. In fact, let me rephrase that. I know who has, but they should pick and choose who wants to come out openly and say.
The two oldest people in the group have not done, because Aka asked Arafa what she thinks about the whole thing, and then Arafa was like, she's going to clarify for herself that she has not done such a procedure. And we also had Comfort in the background, in her Zoom background, trying to call out for like people's attention, like, I need to clarify myself too, kind of thing, right? So, and then it doesn't look like she has also done. So it's like, okay, the two oldest people have not, and maybe one or two people in the group, Sha. I don't know, maybe one or two people, but it's still not enough to now use that to say most of them have done, like, got some Botox.
The only surgery I've had was when I had my C-section. Hadn't fillers. So it was really surprising to see when she spoke about it that way, and then seeing a video of her doing it. I'm like, yo, that's very insecure.
So the argument between OJ and Princess was still on at this point. OJ Posherela called Princess a clown, and then Princess just went at her like, clown kid, like, you're the one that's looking like a clown. Yeah, look at how you're dressed. That someone should bring an ear for her to complete the look. Like, that threw me off balance, like completely off balance, because OJ Posherela's clothes looked like it was a lot, right? A confusing lot at that. It just made it even funnier. So they continued. The next thing, Princess is telling OJ that she has DID disorder. Ha! I can't just start there and say, first. Let's what is DID disorder first? Let's clarify that before you guys move on.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
And the way Comfort was calling out in the background was just very funny.
Hello, I'm here.
You are the one people laugh at with the DID disorder.
What is a DID disorder?
Talent that you can never have in your next generation.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Then OJ responded that what she does is characterization, that she has several talents that Princess cannot even have. In fact, she said that Princess and her twin cannot have. And I was like, okay, the Princess one is okay, but like bringing her twin, that's obviously Tutu into the equation again, you're definitely calling for problems. And this time around, Tutu responded. Aka was asking Tutu Pai what she thinks about the whole. In fact, he didn't even finish the question. He wanted to ask her what she thinks about like OJ or whatever. She was not like she doesn't think anything about her, that she's just there sitting like a balloon.
I have talents that Princess and her twin cannot have. They lie.
They'll keep saying they're twin.
Do you
Shut the F up. Like
understand?
nobody's checking for you.
Do you think OJ has?
I don't think
talent?
nothing about her. She's insignificant. I literally don't think nothing about her. She's just an airhead. Just a fat balloon over there.
I like the body shaming comments. Ish. But honestly, I can't even fault her at this point. OJ Poshola was definitely calling for it. And to be honest, Tutu Pie was actually like in her own lane throughout this throughout this episode of the reunion. She was in her lane until she was called upon. So OJ Poshola definitely called her name. Then Tutu Pie now brought her foundation into the equation. She said that OJ Poshola rented those boys from Wuse Market. Then OJ was now talking about her foundation, you know, trying to back up her whole foundation situation. Tutuba was just there saying shut up like 1 million times. And the next thing, OJ Poshola moves on to, would I call it slut shame or body shame Tutu? She was saying I'm not a druggie like you, and they talked about like sleeping around kind of thing. And the next thing the next thing Tutuba is like OJ Poshola gets it from the back. When I heard that, I was like, that's when Aka now like stepped in and told them the real shut up. Like, it just went out on all of them.
Poshola Life Foundation, when my foundation started, things that you can never do. I'm not a druggie like you low life, sleeping. I'm not like that. Do you understand? I'm not like that.
Ladies, can we have a show?
Then Jaruma now got introduced into the reunion show, and to be honest, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, Jaruma at the reunion? How come? Like, what's going on? I was kind of surprised. You guys know that she didn't really feature a lot. She literally had like just one scene. Okay, 2 scenes, right? So I was kind of surprised, but yeah, she was at the reunion, and they were now talking about the basketballs that she had with Princess when she came for their sex therapy, their sex education situation. And they read out a Twitter comment that said that Princess just wanted Jaruma out of the equation so she could be in the spotlight, she could shine. They asked Jaruma what she thinks about it, and she agreed with, she kind of agreed with the comment that she has been in the limelight for over 9 to 10 years, and she kind of like just let Princess have the spotlight. And then now she's sure that Princess understands being in the spotlight.
If this is what she wants to do every day, I'm not really up for it because I already know what that feels like for over 9-10 years. So if she wants the spotlight, she wants all the love that comes with it and the hate that comes with it. I wanted her to have a taste, and now a few months later, I think she understands how it feels.
Princess now responded to her that she just wanted to know if Jaruma was just controversial, or she was just being misunderstood or misconstrued. That the statement Jaruma made was what triggered her. The statement where Jaruma was saying that you are the ones, you guys like talked about my marriage online. So according to Princess, she said that made her seem like a troll or somebody that knew her before and was like trying to come at her.
I wanted to know, are you just controversial, or are you just like, I don't know why, they just rubbed me up the wrong way? It was one of the two. So that is you triggered me, I'm not gonna lie, because you say it is me, you're directing the thing at me, like I know you before, or I'm trolling you.
OJ Poshola was not ready to let anything slide in this reunion. When Princess was having a conversation with Jaruma, according to OJ Poshola, she said Princess called her a villain. She said Jaruma asked Princess, who's the villain? And Princess said, your godmother, which is OJ Poshola. We didn't hear this part, to be honest. I didn't hear this part. Like, I listened over and over again. So apparently, I think they cut it out. If at all that's what was said, I think they cut it out.
When she said, who is the villain? She said, your godmother.
Me and you have an understanding. She's your godmother, yes. But we've spoken after that. I feel like...
But I'm just correcting a word you use right now. You just called her this one.
Can you just relax?
She said I'm the villain.
So... OJ now entered her because of that she's the one that is a villain, and Princess responded that she's the one. So that's now, they now started another, like a round 2 of their basketballs. And the next thing, OJ Poshola goes on to say that Princess is not going to die a good death.
She said I was the villain. You just said it. You said your godmother.
You're the villain.
I'm not the villain. You're the villain. Everybody knows.
You're the liar and you're the a villain. Everybody knows.
You're protecting
Okay.
and you would
Personalities.
die
Darling,
in like
Princess,
a
why would you
bad
call her
way.
the villain of the show?
Because you are terrible.
How did we get here? How did we go from here to here? They continued and they were talking about how we cannot be in the same space, da 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 da. But I was not even listening to what they were saying anymore. My head was still stuck on the fact that OJ Poshewela said Princess is not going to die a good death. Like, if I was going to say that in Pidgin, you say you don't go die well. Like, it's deep. Nobody, you don't go that way. It doesn't make sense. In fact, and once you go that way in an argument, that's the close of business for me. You're wrong is that you're wrong. You shouldn't have gone that far. Don't do not. No, I'm not gonna support that thing. Don't do that. It did not make any sense to me at all. It just felt like OJ Poshewela came to the reunion with a lot of bottled emotions. Like, she just wanted to like release. Not release, not sounding somehow. She just wanted to express herself. Like, she just wanted to pour everything out. Really, even the pour everything out, it sounded somehow too. So yeah. They now went on to talk about Princess and Spotlight. They asked them a question about Princess just liking the spotlight. Just, you know, based on what Jaruma had said earlier on, Arafa said that she agrees with it. Princess just likes attention and everything. Samantha also said the same thing, that she just likes the spotlight, that even when maybe people are walking, she wants to walk in front, that kind of thing. She had not even finished talking, and the next thing, OJ Poshewela just entered and was saying her own thing. I was just like, relax, babe. And then at the end of the day, Samantha said that she thinks that that's just like Princess's personality, that's just how she is.
I think that Princess loves the spotlight. Even if we have to walk, Princess wants to be the first
person. She will literally push you. She will literally push you.
This is Princess. To me, I think this is her personality.
Then Afa now asked Jaruma about the statement she made concerning the ladies being peasants and being below her. That does she still stand by that? And she's like, yeah, that she stands by it. That Princess, she knows that Princess likes to hype herself, that she can also hype herself, that she's Jaruma. A phone call costs like 250,000 naira to, if you're trying to reach her and everything. She was just like saying different things. And for me, I was just like, it wasn't really just hyping yourself. It's okay to hype yourself, which is what Princess does most of the time. But like, if you're going to bring other people down to hype yourself, then it doesn't make sense. It's not good.
I can see that Princess loves to hype herself, so I don't see any reason why I shouldn't hype myself. I'm also Jaruma, and talking to Jaruma on the phone is 250,000 naira. Seeing Jaruma face to face after that scene aired is now 2.5 million naira.
Then Aka now asks Jaruma if she thinks that social status is based on social media following, since she said that Princess had less followers than her, so like that's why she referred to her as being below her. And then Jaruma said yes, that's why Princess is struggling to push her social media her social media following, right? It was kind of funny, but I like the way Princess responded to that, her comment. Princess's response was giving the limelight, I don't need to do too much, wherever I go I shine, if you they enter your eye, choke on it. That's the vibe it was giving, and I liked. In fact, there was a bass, and the boss was both.
Yes, of course. That's why she's doing everything to get as much followers as possible. She's doing everything.
Anywhere I enter, the attention is just there.
Yeah, zero.
Now, so for me, if they pay you for body, choke on it, my sister.
So they now brought up the Tutu Pie staycation and the anger, alcohol, drunkenness issue that lingered almost throughout the show. And funny enough, Tutu Pie and Comfort, they spoke about it in an understanding way, like in a very straightforward way. It's almost like Tutu Pie has seen that Comfort did not really have bad intentions towards her, because the way they addressed it was pretty calm. So Comfort was explaining why the whole anger issue talk came about and how she was only working with Tutu Pie because she had reached out to her and then she has spoken to her, right? Tutu Pie agreed that she has a bad temper. Then about the conversation that happened, she said the only thing that she was just shocked at the fact that something that happened behind the camera came up on the show.
Because it didn't happen on camera, I really didn't expect. This was myself and Samantha going out after filming. I was shocked that it was brought to light. And I would say that, yes, I know that Samantha was trying to cover up a situation, but yes, we went out.
Then the Samantha sleeping around just came up. You guys remember when Tutupa had a conversation with Arafa, and she was talking about what on the streets is that Samantha usually sleeps around with small boys. So she was now saying that before the show, like at the start of the show, herself and Samantha had a conversation, and she was telling Samantha that, you know, she had heard gist about her doing all of those things, and then her marrying an old rich man. She had heard some things about her, right? Then they now moved on to the club gist, where Tutupa said Samantha was trying to take a number from the person that was that approached her, and Samantha was like, nothing like that happened. There was nothing like that. She did not try to take anybody's number.
I stand for a second, and Samantha is like this, and the guy is punching something.
No. Why didn't you even look to see what he was punching? Sometimes people look at my phone.
You were taking his number, and I said, what are you doing with his number? And you said, you're taking his number. I said, why? You said, because he's
why
cute.
did I take his number?
Then the one that bust my head was when Samantha was saying, what would she be using his number for? Are they in the same line of business? That she has never admired anybody. I'm sure she meant like outside of her marriage, right? So she was just saying she's a prize. I say, you go, girl. And then, you know, she was talking. To be honest, I think the whole Tutupa situation was just wrong. Like anyhow you look at it, she's saying what on the streets, I know what on the streets. It doesn't make sense for you to be saying that about a married man. Whether it's true or not, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know who is lying or who is saying the truth. But like that conversation she had with Arafa was just not it. Like, this person is married. What do you think that could do to in her marriage? Just because, you know, stress more. She shouldn't have done it, basically.
You know that Chase, do you know how many people?
Samantha, I understand that you have to clear things, but you don't need to call me a liar.
No, it's a big lie. I have never admired any guy. In fact, I don't even look. Do you understand?
Samantha,
I am the prize here.
The only people that can confirm this gist are the two men that were there. They should get them on board so that we can know, we can hear the full gist. So after some time, Tutupa now said that in fact it's her birthday. She's let her go and pray. She now stood up to work out. Herself and Samantha were still having the whole back and forth. You're projecting, you're not projecting. I'm single. I can sleep with whoever I want. But the whole thing continued, and then Tutupa just walked out.
Let me go and pray. It's my birthday.
Oh, please, you don't want to go and pray. Your aim has been defeated.
What aim?
What do you feel about?
Stop projecting yourself on me.
I don't have any reason that I can fuck wherever I want to fuck.
Then there was something that happened that just got me thinking. There was this situation of Samantha saying that Princess told her to be careful of Tutu, right? And then Princess was now saying that she didn't say it in that way, that what she was just saying was just that Samantha is married, Tutupa is single, they hang out a lot, so she just like needs to be careful. She just needs to be careful. But I can remember in one episode where Tutupa spoke about Princess's husband, Princess telling her that her husband said you should be careful of her, and Princess also like said that was not the case, that the husband was just saying she should be careful as she's going out and everything. But it just made me feel like it happened here. So it just feels like maybe that's actually like Princess's view of Tutupa, just being wary of her or just being careful. It's not really in a way of being dangerous or she's dangerous or anything. I guess maybe she's not just liking her lifestyle or something. So I just said let me just share that because they showed it towards the end.
About Tutu being dangerous for her.
I didn't. I told her that you go out with her a lot, right? And you're married, she's single. You need to be careful.
So that's it for this part of the reunion. Part 1 of the reunion. Part 2 is coming up next week, Friday. And we're gonna see before Friday. But for this particular part 2, we're gonna see then. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.